Hello, dear students. In continuation of the lesson Weathering the Storm in Irsama, let's start from page number 40, where we left in the previous one. By the next morning, as he took in the desperate situation in the shelter, he decided to get a grip over himself. Now, when he had met with his family members and he was fortunate enough to meet them, so he had decided now that he will take every the situation in his control now. He wanted to do something to help everyone. He sensed a deathly grief meaning sadness, settling upon the 2,500 strong crowd in the shelter. Prashant had seen that everybody is deathly serious. They were very sad. Around 2,500 persons were there in the shelter house, and everybody was extremely sad. 86 lives were lost in the village. 86 lives, that is a big amount, they lost in the village. All the 96 houses had been washed away. All the houses, 96 houses, there was no sign of those houses now. It was their fourth day at the shelter. So far they had survived on great green coconuts but there were too few to go around such a tumult of people, meaning cry of crowd. Though they could survive for 4 days because of the green coconuts, nothing was left. Their life was saved, that was the only relief, but nothing was saved from that devastating storm. Prashant, all of 19 years, decided to step in as leader of his village, if no one else did. Though Prashant was only 19 years old, but he had decided in this 19 years old young age, he had decided to do something for his villagers and for his village. If nobody else is emerging as a true leader, he has decided to take this responsibility himself. He organized a group of youth and elders to jointly persuasive, meaning to put force the merchant once again to part with this rice. Now he wanted to take help from all directions. He wanted to take help from the merchants, from the businessmen to take rice so that they should give some rice to the on the charity basis. This time the delegation succeeded and returned triumphantly, wading through the receding waters with food for the entire shelter. Now this is the time when the shelter people got food because they got some relief, they got some charity, and the water was also receding. So from outside he got some the villagers got some relaxation and some food. No one cared that the rice was already rotting. Though the rice what they could get, though it was not edible, it was not up to the mark, but nobody cares because hunger was too strong. Branches from fallen trees were gathered to light a reluctant and slow fire on which to cook the rice. They collected all the branches which were there, reluctant meaning not willing to, because it was wet and completely wet, so the fire was not able to prepare first, but anyhow they could prepare fire so that the rice could be ready to eat. For the first time in 4 days, the survivors the cyclone shelter were able to fill their bellies. So at last, after 4 days, 4 days after that storm, the survivor, meaning who could save their life, they were able to fill something food in their bellies, in their stomachs. His next task was to organize a team of youth volunteers, volunteers meaning willing people, self willing people, to clean the shelter of filth, urine, vomit, and floating carcasses. Then he took, because now he has come in the leading form, so he took help from the youngsters, those who were volunteers, to remove the filth which was just floating on the water. And what was that? The shelter, volunteers to clean the shelter of filth, urine, vomit, everything was spread here and there, and the dead bodies especially, and to tend the wounds and fractures of the many who had been injured. And they are taken help from the people. Prashant took help from the people to safeguard them, those who fractured their body parts in the, and nobody was there till yet to take care of them. On the fifth day, a military helicopter flew over the shelter and dropped some food parcels. Fifth day, one military helicopter came and food parcels they got. It then did not return. The youth task force gathered empty utensils from the shelter. And after that, after giving food, that helicopter did not come back. And now it was the turn of the youths to clean the utensils from the shelter. Then they deputed the children to lie in the sand left by the water sound around and shelter with these utensils on their stomachs, to communicate to the passing helicopters that they were hungry. Now they took help of the children, that children could lie in the sand left by the water at the shore, so that the helicopters would see. They will keep the empty utensils, empty pots on their stomachs, so that they will convey the message to the helicopter that they were hungry. So that symbolic language he passed. The message go through, and after that the helicopter made regular rounds of the shelter, air dropping food and other basic needs. So Prashant was absolutely correct by giving this symbolic language to the helicopter. Since then, helicopter made regular round of the shelter, and every time they were dropping food and other basic needs. Prashant found that a large number of children had been orphaned. Now, after food, some other things Prashant had started looking. So Prashant emerged as a true leader. He had seen that many children were now orphaned. They lost their parents. He brought them together and put up a polythene sheet shelter for them. Women were mobilized to look after them while the men secured food and materials for the shelter. Now the women were given task to look after these newly orphaned children, because their emotional needs were extreme, and the men of the shelter house were given the responsibility to arrange food every day. So here we are stopping in this one. I hope all of you have followed this one, and the remaining part I will make another video for that. Thank you, dear students.